Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4 on this historic day.
We have lived in Wisconsin a long time. We have rarely seen anything like that.
I was a sophomore in high school when they last won, and I don't think it went to that extent.
No.
Lots more on that,
Yeah.
of course, coming up. Giannis and the Bucks held their championship parade today in Milwaukee. We are still live there with the aftermath.
In other news, authorities are searching a pond near the Halderson home in Windsor. We are live near that pond with the very latest.
And COVID continues to dominate the news. Will it affect the Olympics or not? We've got an expert to tell us. That's coming up on Live at 4. But first, the Bucks.
Milwaukee, we did it, baby. We did it.
They held their first championship parade in over 50 years down Wisconsin Avenue and Water Street this afternoon. Giannis celebrated the win in Game 6 with all of his teammates, Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, Brooke Lopez, P.J. Tucker, and others. Giannis's baby Liam was also in on the fun, but how much fun he was having, we're not quite sure. They drank champagne out of $3,000 bottles of 3-liter champagne, $3,000 a bottle. 3-liter champagne, and they just soaked in the atmosphere. Milwaukee fans were jubilant.
I knew we were going to win.
This is something huge for Milwaukee, and I'm just excited to be a part of it.
The city needed this so badly, so it was wonderful that the Bucks could give us this gift. We're all together for a common purpose, to cheer on our team. You can't ask for anything better than that.
I feel like everybody out here gonna remember this for, until the day that until the day we die.
The parade continued all the way to the square that's making Milwaukee famous, the Deer District. There they started their party on stage with the rest of the city and the state.
Now to tell us more about the championship celebration and the players' reaction is our sports director, Zach Hanley.
He's live in Milwaukee, been there since 8 a.m., but time flies when you're having fun, and they did that today in Milwaukee. Zach, what's going on right now?
Yeah, exactly right. And there's no place I'd rather be, right? I mean, the city has been waiting 50 years for a celebration like this. And how sweet does this sound? Your 2021 world champions, the Milwaukee Bucks. Now, as you mentioned, the team, the owners, the coaches, all paraded throughout the city on double-decker buses until they arrived at the main stage by the Deer District. And that's when the real fun began. The champagne was flowing, and when they got on the mic, P.J. Tucker stole the show.
What we put together, you can't make this up. This ain't, nothing matter except what's going on right here, right now. That's all that matters. They say what they want, but they gotta say we champs.
Now, he's right. For the rest of their lives, they will be known as NBA champions. And coming up at 5, hear from Chris Middleton and the MVP of the finals himself, Giannis. Guys?
And Zach, looks like the crowd has thinned out a little bit.
Yeah, pretty much everybody is gone except the media, but they're probably partying all throughout the city of Milwaukee because this is not going to stop. We have a whole year to celebrate this, and the big talk afterwards was, hey, let's run it back. Let's do it again because everybody is coming back.
Yeah, and after the year we've had with the pandemic, let the celebration roll on. We'll savor it as long as we can.
Absolutely. Zach, live in Milwaukee for us. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach.
Let's take a look outside. It's warming up out there, a little humid, but it's summertime, right?
Flowers are loving it, soaking it up.
More heat, more humidity, more Austin in the backyard. What's on the way?
We do have that chance for a few showers here and there, but for most of today, we're still going to see variable cloudiness overhead. Quite a bit of some cloud cover here for most areas. Right here in the Madison area, we are still seeing a lot of cloud cover, but a few peaks of sunshine just above me right here, at least at our studio. 84 degrees. Feels pretty good outside, but it actually feels a little bit warmer than 84 because of just how high those dew points are. So it's definitely on the muggier side of things overall. But our Doppler track is still looking good to go here locally. We're still looking to stay dry for these next few hours, but still that chance for a shower, maybe a weaker thunderstorm. Still a possibility here towards the evening and overnight hours tonight. Then you look at our temperatures, pretty warm and toasty, but this is just the beginning. We will see a big increase in temperatures for the weekend. as we're expecting to stay in the lower 90s for both Saturday and Sunday. Unfortunately, I wish I could have more good news here with the dew points, but we're still looking very muggy outside with dew points generally lying in those mid to upper 60s and even some low 70s for the dew points, making it a very muggy day outside overall. But to plan the rest of your evening, temperatures will fall, not too much. We're looking at another warm night overnight tonight, but still that chance of a passing shower or storm. Most of us do look to stay dry, however, but what about later on in the week? Do you have any more rain chances, and what about those temperatures? I'll have a look at your extended forecast coming up.
All right, Austin, we'll see you then. Thank you. The search for evidence in the Halderson case is back at their home this afternoon, but the search has shifted to behind it.
The Dane County Sheriff's Office is looking in the pond outside of the home in Windsor. Our Talil Mulladeen is live in the neighborhood tonight. Talil, what have you learned?
Well, the DNR, the Madison Police, and the Dane County Sheriff's Office is actually working to lower the level at this pond. They began around 2 p.m. draining the water into the Yahara River. Now, Krista Halderson was reported missing more than 2 weeks ago. Her husband's remains were found near Cottage Grove, and her son Chandler faces homicide charges for Bart Halderson's death. The Sheriff's Office wouldn't tell us exactly what led them to search the pond or what they're looking for. However, the sheriff did bring in a cadaver dog earlier today.
Not specifically sure what the canine picked up on, but it indicated in a specific area. We marked that area out with the buoys, and that's what we're searching in a very methodical way to ensure that if there's anything of evidentiary value in this area, that we will find it.
The Sheriff's Office also spent the morning searching the area indicated by the canine with sonar equipment. They couldn't get a clear picture because of how weedy the pond is. As for 53-year-old Krista Halderson, the sheriff didn't say if they were switching the investigation from recovery to rescue, only that they were following all leads.
All right, Kilo, thank you for the update. The Avoca man accused of killing his mother is asking for his trial to not be held in Iowa County. Court record shows Sean Pickett's attorneys are asking for a change in venue, but that ruling will have to wait until next month. The 21-year-old is charged with first-degree intentional homicide in the death of his mother. He's accused of beating and stabbing her and a dog to death. He claims he was hearing evil voices and blacked out before the murder. Pickett is scheduled to be back in court next month. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and House GOP leader Kevin McCarthy are holding their weekly press conferences today amid a showdown over the January 6th commission.
McCarthy says he will pull all 5 of his picks to serve on the select committee investigating the assault on the Capitol if Pelosi doesn't rescind her rejection of 2 of his recommendations. Natalie Brand reports from Capitol Hill.
Just days ahead of the first scheduled hearing for the Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack, the bipartisan panel is at risk of falling apart.
It isn't even bipartisan, nonpartisan. It's about seeking the truth, and that's what we owe the American people.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi defended her decision to reject 2 of GOP leader Kevin McCarthy's picks, Indiana's Jim Banks and Ohio's Jim Jordan, 2 outspoken allies of former President Trump.
This is impeachment round 3 for the Democrats.
Speaker Pelosi cited the integrity of the investigation in announcing her decision.
When statements are ridiculous and fall into the realm of you must be kidding, there's no way that they're going to be on the committee.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is accusing Speaker Pelosi of an abuse of power and has threatened to pull all 5 of the representatives he chose to serve on the committee.
This is a sham committee that's just politically driven by Speaker Pelosi. It doesn't matter today what she does with that committee, because it's not going to change the outcome of what it seems like a predetermined or already written report.
McCarthy said Republicans would conduct their own investigation. Meanwhile, Wyoming Congresswoman Liz Cheney, the one Republican appointed by Speaker Pelosi, defended Pelosi's decision.
The rhetoric around this from the minority leader and from those 2 members has been disgraceful. This must be an investigation that is focused on facts.
Democratic committee members say they plan to move forward with their first scheduled hearing next Tuesday. They expect testimony from law enforcement officers who were there when a violent mob tried to prevent the certification of the presidential election. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Federal health officials today say the more transmissible Delta variant now accounts for 83% of current U.S. COVID cases. The White House is calling the decision to wear a mask while fully vaccinated a personal choice, but President Biden's latest suggestion that schools could see mask mandates is getting pushback. More than 52,000 cases were reported in the U.S. yesterday, with these six states among the hardest hit.
The data is clear. The case increases are concentrated in communities with low vaccination rates.
This vaccine does, in fact, protect against symptomatic Delta variant.
The White House COVID response team says for the past 2 weeks, 1 in 5 of all U.S. cases have occurred in Florida alone. Today, the White House announced it's sending $100 million from the American Rescue Plan to rural health clinics to support vaccine education and outreach efforts.
A massive internet disruption today knocked out a wide range of corporate websites. The list of companies impacted included FedEx, Delta, and McDonald's. The outages came at the same time as reports of system disruptions from 2 key internet infrastructure service providers, Akamai and Oracle. However, it isn't clear if those companies' issues are tied to the website shutdown. Oracle said its issue was the result of Akamai's service disruption just before 1 p.m. Akamai said it had implemented a fix and its service was back up and running.
Senator Melissa Agard and her Democratic colleagues announced a new economic security package at the state capitol today called Building Economic Security Together, or BEST for short. It includes bills establishing bonds for infants, the retirement marketplace, pension relief, prescription drug transparency, housing assistance, and a $15 minimum wage. Agard spoke on the importance of the bill this afternoon.
Economic security is having enough money to start up your life, to be able to dream and actually achieve your dreams. Economic security is making sure that the American dream is alive and well, not just today, but for generations to come. And believing in.
She also spoke about the past year and how COVID has only increased the need for this style of legislation.
Well, you can get up close and personal with World War II relics in Janesville this weekend. The warbirds Fifi and Diamond Lil landed at the tarmac at Southern Wisconsin Regional Airport today. The planes are part of the Commemorative Air Force's Air Power History Tour. It's a labor of love keeping the planes functional after 80 years, with each hour of flight requiring approximately 300 hours of combined physical and maintenance work, not to mention thousands of dollars.
It's a huge part of our heritage, and the reason that we are free to do this today is the liberty that the folks that fought and built these aircraft in World War II assured that for us.
Fifi, Diamond Lil, and 2 other World War II era planes will be available for tours all weekend at the airport from 9 to 5 Thursday through Sunday. To plan your own visit, you can go to our website, channel3000.com.
That's very cool.
It is very cool. Well, from raging floods to crippling droughts, the globe is experiencing weather extremes.
If it seems like we're having more severe and more frequent weather extremes, well, we are. We'll find out why when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
This is your last chance to score Black Friday deals in July at Ashley HomeStore. Find doorbusters at Black Friday discounts of up to 60% off, plus no interest for 5 years. Pay less than $20 a month for a new room you'll love. Must end Tuesday. Only at Ashley HomeStore.
No more Freon for your AC. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
Looks like it's time to trade. Because it's trade month at your local Ford dealers. Get more cash for your eligible trade-in. Any brand, any model, all month long. Get Trade Assist cash on top of what your eligible vehicle is worth and trade up to a new Ford SUV. Your trade-in is worth more than you think, only during trade month. Right now, get up to $2,000 Trade Assist bonus cash on eligible models. It's trade month at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
We made
USAA insurance for members like Martin, an Air Force veteran made of doing what's right, not what's easy. So when a hailstorm hit, USAA reached out before he could even inspect the damage.
That's how you do it right.
USAA insurance is made just the way Martin's family needs it. With hassle-free claims, he got paid before his neighbor even got started. Because doing right by our members, that's what's right. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for.
USAA. You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call or go to dentalnow.com to see how easy it is to save on dental bills.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Congratulations, Milwaukee! The celebration continues at Dick's Sporting Goods. We're your headquarters for officially licensed Bucks NBA Finals championship gear for the whole family. Come early or shop online at Dicks.com. Every season starts at Dick's.
Black Friday and July mattress deals must end Tuesday at Ashley HomeStore. Save up to 60% off the best brands. Plus, pay as little as $20 a month for luxury mattresses. Through Tuesday only at Ashley HomeStore.
Feels good to be home.
Welcome back. Claims for unemployment benefits unexpectedly rose last week. 419,000 Americans filed jobless claims. That's 50,000 more than the previous week. It's a stark reminder that the economy is not yet back to normal. Economists worry the recovery process is slowing because of the quickly spreading coronavirus Delta variant.
And that news sent stocks marginally higher today. The Dow Industrials gained 25 points, closing at 34,823. The NASDAQ was up 52 points. The S&P 500 gained 8. One of the most visible consequences of a warming world is the increase in the intensity and frequency of extreme weather events.
The number of heat waves, floods, and wildfires have increased across the country. Steve Vavris is a senior scientist at the Nelson Institute Center for Climatic Research and an expert on extreme weather and climate change.
Welcome.
Nice to see you. Welcome to Live at 4.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
So it has been an extreme summer. We're looking at what happened in the Pacific Northwest earlier this summer in June, and records have been shattered all over. What is happening? Is this climate change, or don't we know?
Well, there's definitely a fingerprint of climate change on this, near record highs, record flooding, and so forth. And this is not just a blip. It's important to realize this is not just one summer. It's not just 1 month. This has been a long-term trend over several decades. We've seen across the Northern Hemisphere increases in extreme heat and also increases in these intense rainfalls.
And it's all over the globe. It's Europe, it's China, it's the U.S. It's not isolated to the United States.
Absolutely, and that's what gives climatologists more confidence that this is not just a fluke, it's not just a regional occurrence. It really does, the more places it happens more consistently over the years, the more we can feel comfortable attributing at least most of it to climate change.
Has this summer been unusually abnormal?
Well, it seems like things are getting more normally abnormal, to be honest. It's getting to the point where every year is a record or near record year of global heat. And with that comes these consequences of rising temperatures when it comes to the extreme heat waves. A warmer atmosphere can hold more moisture. And so when weather conditions are favorable for heavy rainfalls, we tend to get more rainfall. And so it's all kind of playing out according to what we expected.
And it seems like storms move more slowly than they used to.
Well, that's an interesting point. And that's a considered a likely consequence of climate change, in part because the speed of the jet stream winds depends on the temperature difference between the Arctic and the tropics. And as the Arctic warms faster than anywhere on the planet, that reduces that temperature difference and slows the jet stream winds. And so one of the consequences of climate change may well be a more stagnant circulation. And so when we get these intense weather events, they have a tendency to stick around longer.
You've been researching this for a very long time. What do you think the future will hold? Do you expect this kind of trend to continue?
Absolutely. What we've been seeing so far is really a harbinger of the patterns that we expect to come. Climate models for a long time have been insistent that as the climate warms, the atmosphere can hold more moisture. That moisture can be wrung out more effectively during flooding events, for example, and that the Arctic should warm faster than anywhere else on the planet. And we've been seeing that play out too. So there's been very few instances in which the climate model forecasts have been really different from reality.
Is it too late? Can we turn it around?
Well, I think if we think in binary terms, it's too late. There will be continued human-induced climate change, but it's in our power to decide how much. So I think of it more as a spectrum, that we can avert much of the worst consequences by taking action now and slowing the climate change that will take place, and then trying to avoid the worst, most extreme scenarios that could happen.
All right. Steve, thanks for being with us today. Very interesting and disturbing at the same time.
We will have you back. Great to see you.
Thank you.
Well, switching gears, that first dance was a doozy.
A bride somehow managed to dislocate her knee while she was dancing, but she still ended up wearing her wedding gown instead of a hospital gown.
As Jeannie Mose reports, here comes the bride to the ER.
They exchanged vows, kissed, and got ready to party. These Pennsylvania newlyweds started fast, then slowed for their first dance to the song Stay by the Dave Matthews Band. But Julie Ben couldn't stay standing because when the groom, Paul Richter, dipped her, she dislocated her knee, despite the fact that she was wearing flats and had no known knee problems. Julie told Fox 29 in Philadelphia she knew instantly what had happened.
I was in this dip, and I just said to Paul, I just dislocated my knee. And he was like, what? Okay, let's move, let's get off the dance floor.
Paul, a second lieutenant in the Army, supported her and her heavy wedding dress. She winced with searing pain as they waited for the ambulance. Julie was whisked off to the hospital, looking like a queen in that gown in a wheelchair. She was there for about 3 hours. Doctors reset her knee, then let the bride return to the reception, where she got quite a reception.
Just in time for the last song, I was still on a lot of different meds. None of the pain meds were originally working, so they had to sedate me at the hospital.
Julie spent her wedding night zonked out in bed with her husband, while her mom, a retired nurse, slept on a nearby cot because her daughter was so sick from the pain meds. The bride who dislocated her knee is easy to locate online. She's gone viral. Julie sure didn't waste any time testing that in sickness and in health stuff. Jeannie Mose, CNN, New York.
I'll have a story to tell.
You know what I always say, the worst situations make the best stories later.
Remember when we got married? Well, it's called the right to repair, and the fight has gone all the way to the federal government.
We'll find out why people are pushing for the right to repair coming up after Austin's certified most accurate forecast.
Injured? Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
As soon as you make that call, you're going to have somebody on your side. They're going to be your advocate. They're going to fight for you.
One call, that's all.
They took care of everything.
Certain HPV-related cancers?
You're not welcome here.
Get out of my face. HPV can cause certain cancers when your child grows up. Get in its way. HPV can affect males and females, and there's no way to predict who will or won't clear the virus. The CDC recommends HPV vaccination at age 11 or 12 to help protect against certain cancers. Hey, cancer, not
my
child. Don't wait. Talk to your child's doctor about HPV vaccination today.
A great night's sleep starts on a new mattress from Steinhafels. Sleep up to 8 degrees cooler on the next generation Tempur-Pedic Breeze with super breathable cooling technology that moves heat away from your body. Get a queen Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress for only $67 per month when you use Steinhafels 60-month special financing. Plus, get $300 in Steinhafels cash and free delivery. Only at Steinhafels and Steinhafels.com.
At Pick and Save, we take scrutinizing freshness to a whole new level, where only the best of the best of the best will do. But just because you can't get any higher than perfect 10 produce, that doesn't mean that we won't try. Because Pick and Save produce isn't just fresh, it's fresher than fresh. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Overwhelmed by the ups and downs of frequent mood swings of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar effectively treats depression, acute manic, or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Full spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms with just one pill once a day. Elderly patients with dementia-related psychosis have an increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. High cholesterol and weight gain and high blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, may occur. Movement dysfunction, sleepiness, and stomach issues are common side effects. And you can pay as little as $0 if eligible for your first 2 prescriptions. When bipolar 1 overwhelms, Vraylar helps smooth the ups and downs.
We asked some of our young fans for their best one call, that's all.
One call, that's all. One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
Well, take a look at this. We're supposed to be hearing something.
What is he saying?
Well, we'll try it anyway. 6-month-old Mateo surprisingly all smiles as his father, Mark, wakes him from his slumber. Mark says their son kept them up all night and didn't let them get any rest. Magically, at 5 a.m., Mateo falls asleep. But they need to keep him on a schedule, so they wake him up. Instead of tears, Mark's greeted with an absolutely adorable ear-to-ear grin from his son.
Oh, he is priceless.
Look at that face.
He is priceless. Well, we aired the Bucks' entire championship celebration earlier today on WISC TV, and you can go back to watch it on our YouTube channel and Facebook page. If you're trying to still catch the shows that were bumped off the air for our special live coverage, The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful, set your DVR for 2 a.m. Friday. Each show will air in its entirety. It's hard to miss an episode when you're following that.
2:08 to be specific.
2:08.
I don't just set up for 2 to 4 and you'll be. I know Austin already has his set up. You're good to go.
Oh, I got my DVRs at home, locked and loaded, ready to roll. Gotta stay up to date, you know.
Gotta get the Bold and Beautiful.
That's right. You can't miss that. The weather was perfect for the parade today. A little humid, but no rain, and that was a good thing.
I think the no rain was probably the best part about what we saw here in Milwaukee earlier today. The heat, it was still pretty hot out there for a lot of us.
It's humid.
It's humid. That's another big factor that we're really dealing with. But how long will the heat and humidity stick around? We're going to see some high temperatures, but just how high will it go? I'll have an update coming up.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
Menards is your complete bathroom headquarters. We have what you need to give your bathroom a fresh new look from top brands, including Lions and Sterling. Browse our large selection of showers, tubs, surrounds, and glass doors to fit your style. Relaxing style with a comfortable Lions tub. Or get a large and modern shower with Sterling. All Lions and Sterling tubs and showers are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Dry eye symptoms keep driving you crazy?
Inflammation in your eye might be to blame.
Let's kick Ken's ache and burn into gear.
Over-the-counter eye drops typically work by lubricating your eyes and may provide temporary relief.
Those drops will probably pass right by me.
Xydra works differently, targeting inflammation that can cause dry eye disease.
What is that? Xydra! No!
It can provide lasting relief. Xydra is the only FDA-approved non-steroid treatment specifically for the signs and symptoms of dry eye disease. 1 drop in each eye twice a day. Don't use if you're allergic to Xydra. Common side effects include eye irritation, discomfort, or blurred vision when applied to the eye, and unusual taste sensation. Don't touch container tip to your eye or any surface. After using Xydra, wait 15 minutes before reinserting contacts.
Got any room in your eye?
Be proactive about managing your symptoms by talking to your doctor about twice daily Xydra like I did.
I prefer you didn't.
Xydra. Not today, dry eye.
Looks like it's time to trade. Because it's trade month at your local Ford dealers. Get more cash for your eligible trade-in. Any brand, any model, all month long. Get Trade Assist cash on top of what your eligible vehicle is worth and trade up to a new Ford SUV. Your trade-in is worth more than you think, only during trade month. Right now, get up to $2,000 Trade Assist bonus cash on eligible models. It's trade month at your Wisconsin and UP Ford dealers.
At Harker Heating and Cooling, you can save a whole bunch of money when you buy an air conditioner. You know what's even better? Saving even more money when you purchase an air conditioner and a furnace at the same time.
Harker Heating and Cooling.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Hello and welcome back. Now, we do have a lot of cloud cover overhead, but we have seen at least a little bit of some sunshine. But the more cloud cover actually today, I would say the better, because that is keeping down our temperatures a little bit. The humidity is up there. Temperatures are on the rise as well. And by this weekend, we're looking at 90s for the high temps. Now, back to warm and humid almost every day of these next 10 days. There will be a few breaks in the action from the humidity here and there, but I'll get to that in just a moment. We do have a chance to see a shower, maybe a weaker thunderstorm here for today. But as of right now, though, we are still looking pretty good to go here locally. And then hot conditions return for the weekend. 90s for both Saturday and Sunday. Doppler track still looking pretty great. But notice how the northern and northwestern part of the state starting to see some of that thunderstorm development. So here locally, while we are staying dry, there is still that potential to see 1 or 2 of those squeaking far enough down south to affect a few of our communities. Future track does show that. It tries to bring down a few showers. Best case scenario, though, we're still just going to see quite a bit of cloud cover and be good to go afterwards. Future track still does show some more showers here in the overnight hours for tonight. Tomorrow, not really so much. A lot of our models really are starting to dry things out, possibly out to our east, right around Waukesha, Milwaukee, Fond du Lac, but that's just a little bit out of our area. That's where we have the better chance to see a shower for tomorrow. But notice how on Saturday, especially in the morning hours, now we're starting to lock in to a weak disturbance that likely will move through. This could bring some early morning showers, maybe even some thunderstorms to the area. By the afternoon, however, it does look like we start to dry things out for that Saturday. Precipitation outlook very close to average, if not a little bit below for some areas. And you look at these rain chances over the next 10 days. Still not seeing any of these jumping off of the map here. Only about 10 to 30% chance for most of these days, and that means most of these days are still going to stay dry with just that potential to see a passing shower or thunderstorm. High temperature trend, it cranks up. By the time we reach tomorrow, Friday's high 89 degrees. Then we're going to see those lower 90s returning here for the weekend. That looks to also stick around for quite some time, and after a little bit of a cool down, these extended models still bring those mid 80s here by the following Friday and Saturday, and we've seen that trend over these last few days, but then those models end up bringing it up. So we'll see if that ends up holding here later on in the week. But our temperatures currently in the mid 80s for a lot of us. Dew points, this is one factor that I wish could be quite a bit better. Mid to upper 60s and low 70s as well for our dew points. So that not only makes it warm outside, it makes it very, very muggy overall. But you look at your extended forecast, however, and it still does show a few dry days. This Sunday and this next Monday, we're looking at quite a bit of some sunshine. sunshine to end up taking over. Quite a few rain chances as well in between, but as I mentioned before, most of these days are actually going to end up staying dry with just that potential to see a passing shower, maybe a weaker thunderstorm as well. So we're really not looking at any major overall rain chances still, but at this point in the summertime, we could use some of these major rain chances. We could use a good widespread 1 to 2 inches of rain. Unfortunately, just not looking like it right now.
It's too bad.
It is, yeah, but I mean, that means more sunshine here for us overall. So for most people, it's good news.
For most people.
Exactly, yeah.
Thanks, Austin.
Thank you. When your car breaks down, you have the choice to take it to the mechanic of your choice or buy the parts from the manufacturer and fix it yourself.
But when your phone or other electronics fail, you may not have that option. Now there's a push to change that. Femi Redwood explains.
Alexander Dekterenko fixes phones and other electronic devices. A big part of his business is broken screens and battery replacements. But the repairs he can make are limited because he has to use third-party parts. Most phone makers do not sell parts or manuals on how to fix them.
I don't think it's fair at all. It's absolutely unfair.
Increasingly, manufacturers use all kinds of proprietary techniques to block you from getting into your phones.
Kyle Weens is the CEO of iFixit, which offers repair guides for a range of devices. He says it's not just phones. It's difficult to find parts for many electronics. He's now part of the growing right to repair movement.
That would require manufacturers to share the parts, tools, and information to fix things.
More than 24 states are currently considering right to repair legislation. And on Wednesday, the Federal Trade Commission voted to take on unlawful repair restrictions. Advocates say a right to repair would encourage consumers to fix a device instead of just buying a new one, and that would cut down on waste. Some manufacturers argue against new laws, saying repair restrictions are needed to safeguard software and other intellectual property. But supporters say it's time for a change.
We all benefit when repairs are more available.
That could include competition that leads to lower repair prices for consumers. Femi Redwood, CBS News, Brooklyn, New York.
Interesting problem. We are a throwaway society, so
that's for sure.
And the landfills are filling up, so hopefully this will change that. Coming up next at 4, skateboarding is headed to the Olympics for the first time. We'll tell you about skate culture in Japan.
And then coming up tonight at 5, could the Deer District become the Delta District? Our Naomi Coles is live during the 5 o'clock with us with the latest on that.
Here at TSR, we transform old, cracked concrete floors into beautiful, tough floors in just one day. Hi, I'm Joey with TSR Concrete Coatings, and here at TSR, we don't just simply coat over your old concrete. We grind it down, repair it, apply the base coat and chip, and then seal it with our own proprietary sealant that will never chip or peel. All of our coatings are covered by our exclusive lifetime warranty, so you can rest assured that your beautiful new floor will last. Our awesome team is here to answer all of your questions before and after the installation. And right now, we are offering 15% off your new floor coating until the end of the year. Visit the website or call that number below for your new floor today.
TSR, one day floor.
Call 1-800-886-8411.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Allergy sufferers. Bedtime means it's time to take Zysol. Zysol relieves allergies while you sleep, so you wake refreshed. And in a clinical study, after just 1 day, 90% felt powerful 24-hour relief. So, be wise all. Take Zysol at night.
Ahead at 5, we are live from Milwaukee as fans from across the country are celebrating the Bucks NBA Finals championship. Hear from the players at 5.
Heat and humidity returns in full force for tomorrow and lasts into the weekend. While there may be a chance for a thunderstorm at times, it won't be enough to break the heat. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, DeForest Pond is now at the center of the Halderson investigation. What the sheriff's office is looking for now, tonight on News 3 Now at 6.
Here's a live look. Downtown Madison on this Thursday afternoon. Sun's out. It's warm. It's humid. It's July.
Yeah.
The Tokyo Games will be unlike any Olympics of the modern era. Along with the pandemic restrictions and changes, there's also some major firsts.
2 new events make their Olympic debut on Sunday: surfing and skateboarding. CNN's Blake Essig has more on skateboarding's growing popularity in Japan.
At Triangle Park in Osaka, creativity is king. Here, it doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, or how much air you catch. It's all about innovation, art, and self-expression.
People should feel free when they skateboard. It's better if there are no rules.
For more than 30 years, this park has been home to Japan's underground skateboard scene, the birthplace of alternative skating, and a diverse crew of skaters known around the globe as the Osaka Daggers. Taiichiro Nakamura, better known as Chopper, is considered by many as its father. He's been skateboarding on the streets of Osaka since he was a teenager.
Skateboarding represents freedom and diversity for me, so I'm trying to inspire younger people to value those ideas too. We want to foster an environment where everyone is free to express their own unique style.
The Osaka Daggers are not a team, but instead a culture, a pioneering group that was once considered nothing more than rebels and misfits, now represents the foundation of skateboarding here in Japan. A foundation that Daisuke Hayakawa, coach of the Japanese Olympic skateboard team, says will, in a sense, be on display when skateboarding makes its Olympic debut at the Games here in Tokyo.
At the Olympics, people will be able to see how skaters express their creativity and ideas through skateboarding. While skateboarding became an Olympic sport, it's important to remember the culture around it.
A culture that could become more widely accepted as the sport goes mainstream.
I think the future is bright for skateboarding.
Back in Osaka, while the Olympics have already had a big influence on shifting perceptions around skateboarding, these skaters say acceptance and change remains a constant struggle, as skating here is still technically against city rules.
From the outside, it looks like this park belongs to young people, but when we skateboard here, the police always come.
But that hasn't stopped Chopper and his crew from doing what they love at Triangle Park and just down the street at the indoor skate park, sharing the passion and culture embedded in their DNA with the next generation.
I started skateboarding when I was 3. I think it's a really fun sport.
Hokuto Yonimura, at 9 years old, is the youngest Osaka Dagger, a talented skater with big aspirations.
I want to make it to the Olympics because I really want to win the gold medal.
A dream starting this year that could become a reality as sport and culture collide for the world to see. Blake Essig, CNN, Osaka.
My hip hurt watching that.
That is, how do they do that?
I don't know.
Going to be, and the USA, Team USA has a very competitive skateboarder, so that's going to be exciting
And
to
the
watch.
next Olympics in Paris, breakdancing is an Olympic sport.
Really? Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah. Well, staying on our Olympic theme, there's been a lot of concern about the Olympics and the spread of COVID.
But statistically, how big of a threat is an outbreak? We're going to crunch the numbers for you when Live at 4 continues.
One of our favorite Portage families here at the Portage Furniture Store, the Ayers family, that has grown a little bit since, yeah, he says high five. That's right. Since the last time we were here.
We sure have. Yes, Austin and I, proud third-generation owners, and now we're working on our fourth generation. We've seen generations of customers come through, and I think we take a lot of joy in seeing, hey, my parents bought from your dad, or bought from your uncles, or bought from your grandpa, and now Austin and I get to enjoy that ourselves.
How much fun is it on the days you come back into town and the three of you are together?
It's very special. Like I said, the longevity from when my dad and uncle started in 1940 to now, very special.
We're very, very proud to showcase predominantly American-made brands and companies that we've worked with for a very long time. We have a number of great lines, including Serta mattresses, Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, Lazy Boy, and England.
And not everyone has the Ayers last name, but everybody here, I know you guys consider family.
Yeah, we really have some wonderful people here, including, two salespeople, Rosie and Punky, who have been here with us from the very beginning, and we're really thankful for them.
Yeah, they really make you guys, they're the ones who make you all look good.
Yeah, they are.
No doubt.
And we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, well, he said it. I do. What are some of the biggest things that sets you guys apart?
The free delivery. Yeah.
They still got it. I was wondering.
We do.
Glad to hear it.
And on top of a first-class free delivery service, we're very proud of our huge selection of top-name brand furniture at guaranteed low prices.
Well, with the free delivery, we've got a lot of stops, but I'm glad you're helping me. From the Portage Furniture Store, I'm Emmy Fink, and you're buzzed into Madison. He's excited.
Your pipes need to loosen up. Your furnace needs to chill out. No more Freon for your AC. You don't need a working ceiling fan. Nothing can stop me from causing problems in your home. Oh no, the homeowner's called Action Man and his action team.
That's right, Pesky. Your problems are plunged.
Call on Action Plumbing, Heating, and Electric at iwantactionnow.com.
We're here at the local farmers market, where Informed Choice Insurance Agency is offering fresh, hand-picked Medicare. What do you mean when you say shop local for Medicare?
A lot of Medicare health plans have benefits that are specific to each county. So why would you call a national 1-800 number about your health insurance decisions? Your local Medicare plans have all the bells and whistles the national TV ads promise, only better.
Don't get fooled by national TV hype. When it comes to Medicare options, keep it honest. Keep it local with Informed Choice Insurance Agency, and they're free.
And welcome back. Taking a peek at current traffic right now. Most roads are good to go, but of course, Beltline quite slow moving through the Madison area as of right now. Thankfully, we haven't seen any rain reaching the ground here for our local communities, so that is helping things out for the most part, but we are still quite slow right now on the Beltline here, so do keep that in mind if you're planning on traveling as of right now.
All right, Austin, thank you. St. Luke's Health Systems in Kansas City likes to celebrate holidays and special milestones during the birth of babies. There are the Olympics, and the Olympics are no different. Since Friday, the nurses have helped crochet the gold medals for their newest athletes who participated in a variety of games: swimming, weightlifting, boxing, basketball, gymnastics, tennis. The families were excited to be part of this special ceremony, and they'll get to take the handmade outfits home with them to keep.
Oh, they're so cute.
They really are cute. Well, as more Olympic athletes test positive for COVID-19, what is the potential for an outbreak?
With 11,000 athletes participating in the Olympics, there are bound to be a few positive tests, and there have been several, as we know. But how big a cause for concern is this?
Laura Albert, an expert in mathematical modeling and a professor in industrial and systems engineering at the UW College of Engineering, joins us. We're out of time, Laura. Sorry. No, just joking. So what are you looking at here?
I'm looking at a couple things. One is the sheer numbers of athletes, and then also looking at, how the cases can propagate and can there still be a successful Olympics. There are a few things that need to be done. Testing is most critical, and then also contact tracing and isolation if an athlete tests positive. So one thing I'm looking at is what the testing procedure looks like. Athletes need to take 2 tests prior to even getting on the plane for Japan, and then they take a 3rd test when they arrive in Japan. So we've seen about 25 athletes test positive out of 11,000, which is a pretty low number. And those 3 tests are done over a few days. At the Olympics, athletes have to undergo daily tests and also wear masks all the time in the Olympic Village. So they'll be wearing masks, which will be great, and there will be penalties if they don't comply. So they might not compete in their sport if they don't wear their mask. And there is a bit of an Olympic bubble, which is also a good protocol for the athletes to reduce the risk so we can have a successful Olympic Games.
Well, we know a lot more this year than we did last year, but the situation in Japan is very different than our situation here in the States. So how can you make a statistical comparison when the systems are so different? Is it possible to do that?
Yeah, we can use basic risk management principles. And, regardless of where the virus is in the world, those same principles work pretty well. And that is related to those precautions taken by the Olympic Village and the Olympic officials. Vaccination rates in Japan are quite low, and that is a bit concerning. And so what they've tried to do is create a bit of a bubble this year. Athletes can't really leave the village. They can't use public transportation. They can't do sightseeing. And this really eliminates a lot of the risks from entering this population of athletes. And then there are many precautions inside the bubble, the mask wearing, the daily testing, and even some changes to some of the sports. So sometimes the athletes won't be able to cheer. They'll have to clap to reduce the risk of spreading the virus during competition.
And no spectators in the stands, I assume that increases the odds greatly.
That makes a big difference.
Do you think there's any possibility the Olympics could be, there's talk about it being postponed or being canceled? What would a successful Olympics look like?
I'm cautiously optimistic. Successful Olympics doesn't mean 0 COVID cases. It means some athletes will test positive and won't be able to perform, which of course is devastating for those specific athletes. But we have some playbooks from other sports, professional sports in the United States, for example, and also college sports. A great example are the NCAA basketball tournaments that we had in March. In the men's tournament, one of the teams, Virginia Commonwealth University, wasn't able to compete due to positive tests. And, they were disqualified. There wasn't really a backup team that could play in their place. But overall, I would say we had a successful basketball tournament. We'll see something similar for the Olympics.
Yes.
What could derail this is if one of the top athletes in a sport, if they are not able to compete, it might kind of detract a little bit from the Olympics. But based on the vaccination rate of the athletes, and I should say that about 85% of the athletes are vaccinated, it's unlikely that the virus is going to spread throughout the Olympic Village, especially with all the other precautions in place.
Absolutely.
But we might have some negative outcomes for some of the sports.
Fingers crossed.
And for a safe and successful Olympics. Laura, great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back with the final check of your forecast.
Vitens Golfland now offers 2 indoor golf and multi-sport simulator suites. Play over 100 championship golf courses with unmatched golf swing data and visualization. Or play other sports and games using real sports equipment. The Vitens Golfland simulator suites provides a fun indoor entertainment experience.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone. Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
What does it mean to fight for what's right? To us, it means helping accident victims get their lives back to normal again. Habish, and Rotier. We fight for what's right.
Taco
Taco night is heartburn you can plan for, but surprise pizza means heartburn you didn't expect. New Zantac 360 Degrees contains the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn and works in as little as 15 minutes. New Zantac 360.
Friday on News 3 Now this morning, we're checking out a pop-up art gallery opening up in the 608.
And we have your weekend certified most accurate forecast. We'll see you from 4:30 to 7 on News 3 Now this morning.
Vitense Golfland now offers the new Top Tracer mobile system. Track your shots from grass and mat tee areas for free from your cell phone. Record your golf swing with stats provided. Play games like Capture the Flag. Have golf range entertainment fun with Top Tracer at Vitense Golfland.
The CrossFit Games return to Madison. News 3 Now brings you exclusive coverage as athletes from around the world compete for the title of fittest on earth. Get special features on News 3 Now this morning, plus up-to-the-minute results on channel3000.com starting Monday. When it comes to weather, only one thing really matters: accuracy. Only one station can be the best. News 3 Now. First Warn Weather has the most accurate forecast, according to Weather Rate.
Count on First Warn Weather for your most accurate forecast.
Welcome back with one quick peek at your final forecast here. Weekend forecast, it's going to heat up, lower 90s. Partly sunny skies for both days. A better chance to see some showers and thunderstorms, especially Saturday morning. By the afternoon, it's going to get hot, and it is going to get pretty muggy out there, so do keep that in mind. But stay tuned. We'll be right back after this.
We all have our signature ways to serve up fresh, and the last thing you want is to run out. With Pick and Save delivery and free pickup, you can get back to putting stuff on a stick. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
He's here! He's here!
What can I get you, young man?
Free installation!
Coming right up.
Feldco's biggest sale of the year. Free installation. Plus, no interest until 2023.
Free installation on windows, siding, and doors ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
McGann Furniture in downtown Baraboo should probably be called McGann Furniture and Flooring because we're the area's oldest and most experienced floor covering store. Our friendly staff will explain the many types of flooring available, answer questions, and make suggestions so you can choose what's best for your home and lifestyle. We always offer free in-home measurements and estimates and use the finest installers in the entire area. And remember, at McGann's, we don't inflate prices only to mark them down for a sale. Stop in today and discover the difference. You'll be glad you did. McGann Furniture, downtown Baraboo.
Do you suffer from ED? Did you know there could be a way to relieve ED without harmful medications, needles, or surgery? Peak Performance for Men is here to help. Click or call now to treat your ED. And remember, our results make the difference.
Cabinet, handled. Air, conditioned. Lawn, mowed. Get started on your next home project at Angie.com or download the Angie mobile app today. Make your home an Angie home. Angie, and done.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find your next adventure in a new Chevy.
Make no monthly payments for the rest of the summer on all Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. And get $2,000 cash allowance.
Pick and Save delivery is always fresh because we check our produce at every stop on its journey to you. We're fresh every day, so shop anyway. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
In today's Final Touch, it's almost like a scene out of a movie.
And it could make history in what's being described as one of the most important Jurassic sites ever discovered in the UK. A team of scientists unearthed tens of thousands of fossils from the same site over a 3-day dig. The group of fossils has been dated to roughly 167 million years old and contains some species previously unknown to scientists. They believe the site near Cotswold was once a warm, shallow sea. Approximately 100 slabs have been collected for continued studies, but it is like a Jurassic Park.
It does. Yeah, that's what it reminds you of.
Species never before seen. I don't know how they go about this.